April 14th, 1978. Take me to that day and what happens.
Well, Bernie and I were...
Bernie being the other founder of Home Depot.
Bernie Marcus and I were at Handy Dan Home Improvement Centers. I was the executive vice president and CEO, I think my title was, and he was the president and CEO. And we were part of a company called Dalen, which was a large conglomerate. 21% of the company was owned by the public, which meant that we had all the protections of a public company. But the other 79% was owned by this parent company that was not in good shape. All of its operating divisions were doing poorly, et cetera. There was some trumped up reason, I don't remember what it was, but it was something where the SEC had gotten involved and they came back, did a complete investigation, and whatever it was, they never found anything. There never was anything. But they used that as an excuse to let us both go.
And you guys weren't young guys then either.
Yeah, I was young. I was only 37 at the time, and Bernie, today that's young. 74, 37 is young. So, and Bernie was 14 years my senior, as is today, so Bernie would have been 51 at the time. I mean, the company, our company, Handy Dan, was the most successful home improvement center company in the country at that time. It was, I mean, it was like, you're kidding me. So I remember calling my wife and telling her, Diana.
She thought it was a joke, right?
Yeah, so it was a joke. She started laughing. I said, well, actually, honey, this isn't really funny. I really was fired. I said, really? I said, what? I mean, honestly, yeah, well, you have to tell me about this. Well, look, I'll tell you when I get home. And she said, I guess this is serious. I said, well, it's serious in that I was fired, so that's true. So we were trying to think about our options, what to do, and both Bernie and I had opportunities to go into, stay in the corporate world and do a variety of different things. And you know, we were fortunate. We had a group of investors led by Ken Langone, who owned a large piece of the 21% of the public part of the company. And so Ken said to us, look, we can get investors together. If you want to do something unique and different in the industry, we'd be happy to invest with you.
What caused you and Bernie to have the idea for a home improvement store of that magnitude?
At that time, Bernie had been, and I later went with him down to see Saul Price at the Price Club, which had just started in San Diego. And that unique format, that large warehouse, no frills, very low pricing kind of format. And we said to ourselves, if in our industry, if we ever had to compete with anybody that was, you know, large, no frills, down market, big store, lots of inventory, low pricing, and services, that we couldn't have done it. So the option we had in 78 and going into 79 when the stores were opened up was to kind of fine tune the box a little bit. In other words, take 40,000 square foot. It was all 40s, 40,000 square foot, 40% gross margin, 40 employees on the floor, et cetera. So it was a very profitable formula. So we could fine-tune that or try to leapfrog the industry by a number of years. And, you know, with the encouragement really of all of us and Pat and whatever, we said, let's just try to leapfrog everybody in this industry and get way ahead of the curve here. So from there, we went out and started to talk about this thing called, we had no name for it then, whatever the name was.
Bad Bernie's Build-Alls.
Yeah, that was one of them, Bad Bernie's Build-All. And we ended up calling it, it was kind of innocuous name, it was MB Associates, Marcus Blank Associates, because we didn't have a name. We only ended up with the name of the Home Depot about 2 months before we opened up. One of our investors who lived in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, was taking a train from Bethlehem to New York, and they stopped at a train depot, and they had a discussion, husband and wife, about, well, a depot is a big place, and people bring things there, and it's kind of a warehousey kind of thing, and you know, anything related to the home. How about the Home Depot? And of course, at that point, we were desperate for a national name that we could get a service mark on. And so we said, yeah, we'll take that one.